Hey everyone, and welcome back to Community Builds. I didn't even count this week. I was just way too amused at looking at the preview pictures for the builds. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how many we have this week, probably upwards of 8 to 10 probably, but either way, the challenge this week was things that normally wouldn't have wheels. So basically something that would normally just sit somewhere and do its thing. So like a porta potty, for example. It just kind of sits there, go to the bathroom, you're done. But challenge, add wheels to things that normally wouldn't have wheels. So I put wheels on my porta potty. I was just checking out the RV, so I will switch to day. There we go. And obviously, this is my creation for the challenge. As I said, took my porta potty that I made for up on the hill because there's like a little lookout and parking lot, so I figured if it's a hangout spot, it needs porta potties. So did that, and then was messing around and put wheels on it, hence the challenge. Normally it would have the toilet inside, but it doesn't have normal seat controls, only buttons, I think. So, go. The door opens a little bit less than it normally would because of the suspension. And then I figured trailing arm suspension would work best because of the way the steps are. I probably could have done normal A-arm on the back, and it would have worked nicely, but this actually works a lot better than I thought it would. So let's quickly get mine out of the way. The red light turns on when you get in, so people occupado. And then there's the empty valve or whatever exhaust in the top, or a vent and an exhaust. And yeah, it's got everything your porta potty needs, I guess. And now it's got wheels, and it actually handles quite well. Technically, it has a very low center of gravity. The engine's on the very bottom. The seat is pretty low. And then, because of the engine being, it's actually lower or within where the suspension is. So it handles really well. I'm quite surprised. I never thought I'd see a driving toilet handle this well. Like, it will roll, but if you're careful, it's good. It is front heavy though, I find. I should have made the front trailing arms a little bit longer like I did on the back, but it works and it looks cool. And yeah, I don't know. See, even there, it will roll, it's just hard to do. And then just some toilet paper for when you do roll and get stuck inside. There we go. But either way, that is my drivable porta potty. I might upload it, I might not. If I do upload it, it will be like announced in my Discord. So if you want that, keep an eye there. But next is Truck by Desmashi. It was meant for last week's challenge, but it's late, so that's okay. Duck in the truck. Vanilla truck I made with lots of help from Suki and an engine concept / inspiration off Honcho. Big single turbo V8 and some simple suspension. So it's basically a Scania, but their version. I think we raced this at one point the other night too. It was quite fun. But yep, there's the big old turbo, big V8. Simple glitch welded suspension, looks like a... I'm not sure if that's technically also called a beam or not, because there's beam suspension where it's independent and it crosses each other, but there's also a straight axle that I believe is called beam, but I'm not sure. But then we've got gearbox and everything, drive shaft, rear differential, And like mud flaps and stuff. And there's the exhaust. Boom. Dual exhaust. Real life, this would probably sound amazing. Let's check out the interior. I didn't check out this truck very much beforehand because I knew it was going to be uploaded, so this is pretty nice. Might go to the radio? Nope. Radio is number 2. Oh, you can have the radio turn on right when you get in? I wonder. That would be a good way to have an on-seat detection built into the game. Is use a radio. And then you could connect the radio to a gate rather than a gate to the radio kind of thing. Either way, you have your shifters. It looks like it's a twin stick, I'm assuming. Looks like it. Nice interior. There's the deck. Great little sleeper area in the back. Looks perfect. Oh, there's the motor. Echo too. Ah, that's a good spot to hide it, actually. Alright, nice mirrors too. This looks really good, I like it. Take it for a little spin. And see how it handles. It looks like the cab, yep, the cab moves separately from the chassis too, which is how they should. I haven't done that in a long time because it can add a lot of lag, but this looks really good. Just watching everything move how it should. Suspension soak up the bumps, the cab move ever so slightly separate from chassis, and it handles really well. I doubt it'll handle these very well, but it handles very well. Another thing is with the glitched wheels that it has on it, it would keep the center of gravity way down because there's like what 2-3 wheels per wheel. Big engine, nice and low, would keep it low. I should start doing the little tricks you guys use to make things sound good, because you use an engine and then a weight on the bottom to have like a natural accel and decel sound, and it works really well and it's really cool. I should add that to the RV. Yeah, this is awesome. There's not much more I can show with this here. I'm on the typical R&D world, just we're usually over at the down arrow, but instead I decided to be at the little race course, because there's actually the ability to test stuff here. But, excuse me. By the way, there's not even a fifth wheel on this at the moment, so I can't really test it with much, but that's that. Awesome, awesome transport truck. Would have fit in perfectly and would have been one of the best last week, but unfortunately, we had to wait till this week. But at least we got it. It's awesome. Next is our first official creation for the challenge. It is by Arashi. It doesn't have a description, and it is a driving couch. So it looks like they took the chassis for something that would have leaf springs on it, so a truck chassis. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it looks like they took pretty much a truck chassis, put a mid-engine 4-cylinder on it, and yeah, that's just, for a second there I thought that was a steering arm, but it's just a 3-link. It looks good. That's a really well done 3-link. So yeah, it looks like they put a couch on a truck chassis and made it mid-engine. This would be so much fun in real life. I wonder how much suspension travel it'll have. This would definitely be one of the comfiest of this week. One of the other ones I've seen already, I didn't check it out because I didn't want any spoilers, but this would be, I'd say, the comfiest. The other one would just simply put you to sleep. But we'll get there. And this handles really well too. Once again, this would have a really low center of gravity and really close to the middle. so it understeers a tiny bit, possibly. Yeah, a tiny bit. But this is a lot of fun to drive. You could race these and make it so much fun. And leave it to me to roll the couch. I roll everything. Rear leaves work really well too. This is awesome. This is one of those things that I could just drive around in, load into someone's server right when you first get into it, load this in to get to where they are, and then just show up with it, and it's like, yeah, just relaxing. You're all stressed out doing your building, and I'm just chilling on my couch. That'd be great. But either way, a little bit of glitch welding, just to keep everything low profile. And yeah, quick once over, and we're going to move on to the next one. There isn't too much to check out on this one. That's awesome. I really like that. I need to start doing my diffs like you guys have been too. Look like proper axles and differentials, but I've been using the heavy metals so I can keep the weight lower, like towards the ground. This is the one I was talking about. This is by Honcho Boots. Have you ever been so lazy that you don't want to get out of bed in the morning? Well, now you still can. Introducing the bed car. Now you can lack motivation anywhere starting at just $19.99. But wait, we'll throw in a second bed car for half the price. That's easy. Each sold separately, batteries and tattoos not included. Oh my. Guinness Royal Bed on Wheels. For the things that shouldn't have wheels challenge. Excuse me. Looks like it has what I call C arms. Independent C arms because they are in the shape of a C, not an A. And torsion bars. And I like how you put them off of the actual feet for the bed. Like, if I were to see a driving bed in a cartoon or something, like, I'm almost getting Alice in Wonderland vibes from this for some reason, but without the creepiness. But then, instead of having weird legs, they like stretch like they would in old cartoons. It's a kid cartoon, so it's got little arms and stuff with wheels. I don't know. I just really like this. I think it's awesome and hilarious. On top, nice big pillow top. Looks like a pillow top. Possibly. Nice white comforter. A quilt, or can't think of different names for all the blankets and stuff at the moment. I'm in car mode, not house mode. Pillows and all that wonderful stuff. This is awesome. This big headboard just looks like a royalty bed. No buttons or anything, but I'm curious to see how this drives. Are those actual beds in the bottom for the slats? I can't zoom the camera in. Those might be actual beds in the bottom for the slats on the bottom. That's funny. Yeah. I'm surprised at how well this handles. This is hilarious. This goes well with the couch. Except I think a couch and this scale would be a bit too big. Too wide. This is hilarious. It's like driving a big square. It's a box. Ooh, collapse the rear suspension. Your bit of detail there kinda hooks onto the rear arms. See if I can get back to the RV like that. But I'm surprised for having torsion bars, or scrapped version of torsion bars at least, this handles really well. And the wheel getting stuck like that isn't a build issue, it's a scrap mechanic issue, so. Like so, it just clipped through the wedge there. Why do they call that a wedge? It's not a wedge, it's a curve. It's an inverted curve. Like the duct It's a curved duct. That's an inverted curve. Anyways. Oh, what is that? That's not bad. I don't even know what that is. I've never seen that part before. That's that. I'm sure I've seen that somewhere, but I have no idea where. And then this is carpet, probably. That's awesome. This is hilarious. But I need to move on to next one. A lot of glitch welding on this, you can tell. This would have taken forever, but I need to move on to the next one. That's hilarious. Oops. All the wrong buttons. Next, we have Tetris on Wheels by Kivian. However you pronounce it, I'm not sure. Put on lift a second time after spawning to clear the glitches, okay? Start, pause, rotate, move. Oh crap, this is gonna drive while I'm doing that, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna turn it this way. And yeah, it's probably gonna drive around while I'm trying to play Tetris, so yeah, this should be interesting. Let's see how this goes. I'm just gonna jump right into it, try and play and drive right at the same time. I don't think... Oh, okay, there's a rotate button. Ooh, that glitched. Faster! Oh. Trying to focus on the two things at once is really hard. Let's see what happens if I just kind of drive around. I'm not good at Tetris, especially when I have to familiarize myself with the controls. But driving-wise, this actually handles really well. I'm surprised. This is so top-heavy, but it's not rolling. I guess partially due to having four-wheel steer, as the front end goes around, the back end would too and catch it. I'll just, you know, do donuts and make my guy sick. Stretchy legs and arms. Oh my goodness. Okay. At the corner. Put that on top. So W is rotate, and then A and D go side to side. This one's going a lot better. Especially since I'm not worried about driving. I wanted that over one more. And I wanted that over more too. Oh well. Now let's see what happens if I just drive and not worry about the Tetris. Because it's just going to become a complete mess. Almost looks like a house. Looks like a house. It might even get really glitchy from doing this. Camera so far away from it you can hear the wind. Try not to run into the RV. And yeah, this one's not going too well. And we rolled again. So I'm gonna move on to the next one. And the game ends anyways. Sad face. That's awesome. There's so much logic for that. And that's like... not really that much. That looks like a replica of the screen. It's crazy. That is so crazy. On to the next one, which is a Nissan Patrol built for climbing, and it doesn't have any mods, made by Juanita. That looks really good. Interesting. Okay. I haven't seen suspension or steering done quite like this before. Okay, that's for drive modes. That makes sense. Yeah. Not much drivetrain to look at, but I'm quite interested in changing drive modes thing. That's going to be cool. Windshield wipers. I love the windshield wipers. No one, even I, didn't put windshield wipers on the RV, but you went to the detail and the lengths of putting windshield wipers on this. That's awesome. Got a snorkel, roof rack with component kits and everything you'd need. This is great. As I look over it and see the more and more little details, there's that wooden beam again. I didn't even know that existed. All our controls in the back, which is a perfect spot for them to go. Inside, is it left or right hand drive? Left, okay. Seat in the back. Simple little interior, not bad. The signs work good as mirrors too. We have the door. There's the drivetrain. Ooh, I like how you did the lights. That looks really good. That actually looks really good for doing the lights like that. And the wipers work. Oh my god. If you were to set the controller for the wipers, set them to go up as much as they can, go back down by that much, and then hit the loop button, they'll keep going. And then you can use the speed. Where do those go? I can't get to it right now. But yeah, you could make those loop just by saying go up to there and then back down to there. Just, yeah. Instead of having to do it manually. But that's awesome. I love the little detail of the windshield wipers. I'm totally gonna start doing that. And then the little horn, of course. So first I'm going to start going in just the normal... Oh, and then we've got turn signals, but they're based on your steering, which bothers my OCD a little bit because you don't sit at the intersection with your... Oops, as I hit Windows button. You don't sit at the intersection with your wheels turned. You go straight and then turn as you go around the corner. It's just... It's not even a scrap mechanic specific thing. A lot of RC vehicles are the same way. The turn signals work off of your turning, so it looks weird, that's all. Like, you don't need them always flashing. But either way, aside from that, this looks really good. And it handles pretty good too, I'm surprised. I was kind of expecting it to be really top heavy and tippy. It is fairly laggy, which I'm surprised about. But it handles really well. I'm looking for a spot to... Started to roll a little bit there, but I'm looking for a... There we go, I'll go over here and test out the crawling, because this kind of gets steeper as it goes. I'm also going to... Yeah, okay, it was that lagging. Either way, let's jump back in. Go. And it should be in crawl mode now. Yep. So that locks out the engine and only allows the motor to turn, or you get all of the torque. This would be great on my Dakar truck. I should figure something out like this on that, because it's fast, but it doesn't have really the handling or anything. Well, it has handling, but it doesn't have torque, because scrap mechanic doesn't have any torque for the engine. Doing this. That actually looks really good. Now we have our thumbnail. Awesome. I don't really have words for this. I like admiring it and I'm enjoying driving it. If I could take this onto the, what's it called? My racing world with all the mods that don't work, I would be able to actually like really test this thing's crawling because I have a little crawling course on it. But as you can see, I'm dealing without mods and timing and stuff, but I really want to try this again. Especially in survival. I should load this in survival. This would go anywhere. Add a trailer with like a bed and a kitchen and stuff on it. Just simple, small, lightweight. And this thing would be incredible for survival. So, yeah. I don't really know what else to say though. Like I said, this is awesome. Alright, on to the next one. My ADHD is kind of taking over anyways. This one is by Arashi. Oh, we got, yeah. You submitted two. Either way, it is a survival front loader. It's not for this week's challenge, but it also has invalid joint positions, so I can't check it out anyways. That sucks. Probably some glitch welding somewhere. But it's a front loader for survival. And this would be really helpful, actually. If it wasn't so laggy, I'd love to be able to just grind up rocks and stuff, especially once we get mining. And then push them all into just an area, load them into a truck, just dump them into a truck somehow, whether it's a crane from one level to another. I've thought of tons of different ways to do this while waiting for chapter 2. But if it weren't for the lag in this game, this would help out a lot for some of the ideas I have. But as you can see, can't load it, unfortunately. So that sucks. It's just there's glitch welding or something near a bearing, and the game doesn't like it when you do that. It could even be right here. That could be what's bothering it. Because my, what's it called? A trailing cart. Where it went. There. It looks like it should be fine. But invalid joint positions. So just sometimes it doesn't like where things are. I don't know. Either way. Next, we have a milk carton car by Stealthy Green, I believe. I'm assuming by the lack of name and greenness there. So yeah, I'd say a milk carton definitely would not have wheels. And it looks exactly like a milk carton. Just with wheels. That's great. Little design on it. Is it the same on the other side? It looks like it might be. Jump in. Just a simple interior. That's hilarious. Not much to check out, so I'll take this for a quick spin, see how it handles. It's really fast. I don't know if a design like this would handle very good in real life, because technically, it would be very aerodynamic. It would literally just cut through the air. But it would also potentially have as much lift as it does downforce. So the odds of actually having front grip at least are, I think, kind of low, but it could also just neutralize itself out. Cancel itself out, so. But either way, we don't have to worry about this. In this, it just does wheelies. Apparently. This is hilarious. I wonder if it'll do donuts. It spun there pretty good. I haven't had to worry about it rolling yet either. There we go, donuts. It's more like a cyclone. And it's still going. We do normal donuts? We can do normal donuts! Normal donuts in a milk jug. Milk carton, sorry. That's great, drifting a milk carton. And there's the rocks. Okay. That's enough. That's hilarious. Another thing that I could just drive around in and mess around with for fun for a while. Oh, that is different on the top and bottom. Slightly different. Interesting. That's hilarious though. That's great. I just can't help but laugh at this one. I know I didn't spend too much time on it, but not a whole lot to check out. It's more just fun to drive. Hilarious. A little bit of glitch welding it looks like for the front, but awesome. Next but not least, the last I guess, is the old, sorry, I can't read it all. Community build extended cab pre-runner with sway bar. This is my old pre-runner with better cage added, sway bar, lights, and spare wheels with interior. So they took, or sorry, and it's by CMaya0504. So this is the truck from last week. I think it was last week. And last time we saw it, it was just a body with suspension. And it looks really good now. It's the sway bar right there. It's like bump stops there. We even got a fire extinguisher on the side. I don't know. I don't even do that. I should start doing that too. That's cool. This looks really good now. This looks amazing. Looks like you redid the suspension a little bit. A little more tucked up where it should be. 4-link in the rear. This is awesome. Let's check out the interior. It's quite laggy, but hopefully that doesn't affect the driving too much. Already rolling down the hill. A little shifter or handbrake or something there, center console, a duck. Everything we need. This is great. This looks so good now. We have the turn signals like on the other one, but at least it has turn signals. And then I'm going to go over here and turn around, then go back over that, see how it handles. Ooh, if I slow down before corners, it probably won't be too bad. I just really need to slow down. Okay. Let's go. Back end seat does seem to slide quite a bit. About see. Thought the rear bump stop got stuck for a second, but it didn't. Oops, I'm trying to look at the rear suspension. Okay, I see. It's just the positioning of the springs for the bump stops and the sway bar made it look like they were glitched and like kind of coming apart or something, but no. This is great. If we had controller support so we could have proper inputs for the throttle and steering, this would handle really well. So you can have that extra little fine finesse to properly slow down, kick the back end out without rolling. But even on beam, I've done exactly that, so this is great. This handles, like, looks and performs amazing. I like it. It handles how I Words. It handles how I'd expect it would. But yeah, awesome. That is, unfortunately, it for this week. I'm going to pull out... I was going to use that other one for the thumbnail, but it's not part of the challenge. So I'm going to... Ooh, that won't load. Pull out the ones that were fitting for the challenge. Take the picture. And then that is it for this week. I'm gonna stick that behind everything because it's just massive. Over here, come on. Here we go. And then the other one was the milk carton. Here we go. Now we have a thumbnail. And I can end the video because I have a bunch more to record now. So, as usual, typically you can build and upload whatever you want, but I have started doing a bit of a weekly challenge just to add a bit more fun and competition. Not competition, but you know what I mean. More fun for those that want to take part and actually have like an objective to their building. I don't know. You know what I mean. But either way, as I said, you can build anything you want, anything you want. Just messing up my words as usual for the outro. Just make sure it is appropriate. So nothing dirty, blah blah blah. You know what I mean. If you feel like doing a challenge, ooh, I should actually mention the next week's challenge. I completely forgot about that, but either way, I'll mention that in a moment. So once you have your creation on the lift and saved, upload it to the Steam Workshop, and then set the privacy so that at least people with the link, so at least unlisted, and then copy the link, or words still, jeez. Set it so that at least people with the link can see it, and then copy your link, go to the link in the description to the Discord, and then there will be vanilla community builds, only builds with vanilla parts at the moment, because mods aren't working for me, and then come Friday or the weekend, I will check them out. I should do a pre-recorded outro, so I don't mess it up every single time. Also, next week is underwater. So, next week, things that are meant for underwater, I guess, in some capacity, whether it's a submarine or something that's just funny. Whatever you want. But either way, we'll be underwater next week. So, this should be interesting. But as usual, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.